Extraordinaire. We love getting your no holds barred.
No punches held.
No.
Lay it down.
This is how we go. And of course, okay, tax time first and foremost. There you are, money sense.
Yeah.
We always love to read you and have you on the program because you are cut and dry.
That's
Here's
right.
how it is. So taxes.
Number one, be ruthless about receipts. No one likes keeping track of receipts. It's annoying, it takes a lot of time, and yet it can mean big bucks. So let's say in your job you earn 20 bucks an hour, 30 bucks an hour. If you spend that hour finding the stupid receipt for your daughter's gymnastics class, which I had to do, that's going to be worth more than 20 or 30 bucks because of the deduction or credit or whatever it is that leads to. Medical expenses are a big deal, and yet you bought a cane because you broke your leg or something. You don't think to keep that receipt, so go find it. You've got 2 weeks. Find those receipts because they can pay out in dollars.
Wow.
Okay, so do you do the traditional? Because I know a lot of people have the shoebox of receipts.
I have a file.
How do you keep the inventory? What's your template? What do you use?
I have a file. It's called Canadian taxes, because I used to live in the U.S., so I guess at that point I had two. Right. But now I have one. It's called Canadian taxes. Anytime I get a receipt for a charitable donation, for example, it goes there.
I have one of those spring-loaded.
You have a lot of receipts.
Yeah. Well, no, I keep it by my little desk, very located, because I had the mail that started to pile up, and then I just stick it in a box, and then I'd have to. No, you keep that by the door. That's right. Open, chuck, save. That's right. And on the kid front, when you do have gymnastics class or Montessori school or the Scholastic book expenses, if you have those receipts, you can get it back from 2009. Yeah. Find them. Find them and submit them, because that's lost money if not. Now, when you do get the tax refund,
use it
to go to Maui.
Yeah, when you're 80. Okay. Use it to go to Maui when you're 80, and that means putting it in your RRSP or pay off any credit card debt that you have. So here's my mantra. Use your refund for good, not evil. Dun, dun, dun. And now, of course, we love to vacation, we love to have a new car, we love to have all those things. But if you have this tax refund that could be $1,000, could be $5,000, use it for something that is going to forward your financial health. And that is, first and foremost, eliminating credit card debt, because that's an immediate wow return. And second, just put in your RRSP.
This whole notion of financial planning, for anybody watching, do you have to have a great deal of disposable income? No! Or is it just any age? What's the perfect age that you think you should start for financial planning? My
daughter's 3. We have already started talking about money, talking about we have a piggy bank, we talk about scarcity, right? Because money, for most of us, does not grow on trees. And so we need to learn about how to make trade-offs. And you can start, now, I mean, she's not talking about TFSAs at 3, but we're starting little lessons along the way. One of the questions that I answer in this edition of Money Sense is, when should my kids start their RRSP? As long as they have earned income. So if they have a job at McDonald's or wherever it is, if they've earned income, they can start, and they should start. The number one reason I'm so passionate about this is we need to develop a habit. So if you're someone who anytime you get a paycheck, you've got a habit to put a portion of it, 5%, 10%, ideally 18%, put it into an RRSP, then you will have that habit more probably you will have that habit for life, and that will serve you well.
And the interesting thing is, when you learn it young enough, that habit becomes indiscernible later. Yeah. And it was one of the greatest pieces of advice my stepdad ever gave me was, at 15, he said RRSP. Yeah. So I did, and it just came before I even saw my paycheck. It went away, and I do the RRSP for Brady now. Yes. So he's 5. Same way. At the first couple of months, you're like, ooh, where's that $100? And then later it's like, well, of course that $100. Look at the money that's building up in there.
Yeah, and if you're a parent, remember you've got the universal child care benefit, which is $100. It's not your money, it's your kid's money. So set up an automatic withdrawal into your RESP.
Okay, we've got some great questions coming through on Facebook from the viewers, so let's jump to the first one and pop this up. Where shall we start? Dorothea, my son is now 26 and he started an RRSP 3 years ago. If I put money into his RRSP, can I deduct it on my taxes?
No! Good try. You can if it's your spouse, but you can't if it is your son. But you should give snaps to your son for starting so early and for beginning that habit. Hooray.
Okay.
Another viewer question looks like this. Ruby says, I'm cautious about RRSP. So many people have lost so much money. The economy is not good.
Okay, first, there are a couple of inaccuracies about that question. The economy is pretty good. It may not feel like it is, but overall, the Canadian economy is pretty good. People have lost a lot of money. actually, that's not accurate. Over the course of time, the stock market has done really, really well. But the most important thing I want to point out about that question is an RRSP is just a fridge. It's just a fridge where you put stuff into. You can put risky stuff in there. You can put conservative, super safe stuff in there. It's just about a fridge. So if you're concerned about the economy or the markets or anything, just put safer stuff in that fridge. But don't be worried that the fridge is going to break. The fridge will be fine. It's just about the ingredients that you put in there.
And that's a risk-return thing.
Yeah.
If you go risky, you might get the bigger bump back sooner, but if you go safe and secure, you're going to watch it likely just go up.
And it depends
steadily.
more on your age than on this thing called risk tolerance, because if you're really risk averse but you're only 25, you've got 40 years. So take a Quaalude, realize that flying's sometimes scary, but it's worth it. Ride the wave. And I'm not saying, you know, trade gold stocks or anything, but invest in the market. The return over the course of time will be better than if you're in simple conservative bonds.
Listen, you can check out Bruce Sellery later today and tomorrow. TheMoneyShow.ca is the website. You're going to be down at the convention center.
And it's free. You can come in and say hi for free.
Look at that.
I know.
Good financial
Usually
decision.
I charge.
Take that 20 bucks and throw it in your RRSP and go see Bruce for free.
Thank you for that, Bruce.
Yeah.
The gift that keeps
Always
on
happy
giving.
to be here.
Receipts. Gotta keep the receipts.
Ruthless.
Ruthless with receipts.